So here's another thing. We've talked about whale hunting. If you guys want to go whale hunting right now, the way to go whale hunting is go to fucking H&R Block. Go to the local CPA. Go to these people and start building a relationship with them. Because once people start meeting with them to file their taxes, which will start in about 3 days, they're going to sit down and meet with a ton of people that are going to own homes or are going to be considering owning a home. And so if you have a relationship with these people, and you're top of mind, and somebody comes in and they're like, well, I wasn't sure if I should sell my property or not, or maybe I'm thinking about buying. What are the tax benefits if I buy a home? How cool would that be if you're the person that they refer? And so let me show you a tool. This is an EXP tool. Some of you guys have never logged into Enterprise. I know for a fact, so I'm going to show you.
And good tax tool too. Like I remember when I was younger, I'd sit there and look and be like, oh shit, I wish I got more back. And she'd be like, you need to do one of two things then, get married or buy a house.
Yeah,
like,
CPAs are going to run into so many people right now.
I didn't want to do either one of them. But every year she'd be like, oh, are you married yet? Are you married yet? She'd do that every year.
I'll
like,
buy
no.
that one. She's pretty.
Okay.
So you married your CPA, is that what you're saying?
No.
Congratulations.
She was cute. She was like,
Did you get extra benefits from like multiple wives?
yeah.
All right, you have to move to Utah. All right, so this is EXP Enterprise. The thing you guys will want to go to is EXP Marketing Center in here. And there's a ton of pretty rad marketing materials that are already pre-built for you. Some of you guys are insanely creative, and some of you guys don't have a creative bone in your body. This works for all of you guys. So. Why does everybody look at you? So they've got this little section called self-promotional brochures. So you could click in here, and they've got a team brochure, a two-sided brochure. You could just come in here. Let's just click on this one, for example. I don't even know what it looks like, but let's just click in here. And they've got tons and tons of pre-designed content for you guys where you just put your name and face on it and the rest is designed for you. And these are things that are like, why work with me? Pretty cool piece. You don't have to come up with something. Don't overthink it. I used to get hung up in what's referred to as analysis paralysis, where like, I got to think up who's going to come up with the content, then who's going to design it, then who's going to print it, and all of this shit. Like, here's an entire thing. Like, hey, here's some things to think about. Here's info about my company. Like, there's pre-designed pieces about like who you are, what you do. Here's another one. I'll open all three of these. Here's another one. They've got all this content where you could just take these pieces, put your name and face on them, and then just go to these CPAs, build a relationship, say, hey, if you ever have anybody who's looking for, a realtor, here's a little bit of information about how I can help. And just go build those relationships. Like, that's a huge opportunity. These guys are going to meet with hundreds of people over the next, 2.5 months. Why not be the person that's top of mind? So go out and get relationships with CPAs. Even if they're H&R Block, those are actually probably the easiest ones to get relationships with because they're the least busy.
I would venture to say that people that are going to an H&R Block, I think probably, obviously don't have their own CPA. That would align with somebody that doesn't have their own realtor. They're just going to use whatever's most convenient. That's why they're going to an H&R Block. So if they're going to whatever's most convenient, and that person then says, oh, you need to buy a house, you should call this person. They're probably going to call you because they don't already have that established relationship.
Yeah, like this is like a little bifold brochure that's already like set up and ready
What
for
about
you.
like a recorded webinar that here's a good first-time home buyer, and the next one's at noon.
You can do that.
Yeah, that you guys could really set up so you could say, hey, we have one going on every day this week for any of your buyers, or we got a free recorded, we're going to do a webinar on what it's like to be a first-time home buyer, right? And once you tape it, you could literally do it once, guys, and you could be every noon, or whatever time slot works that you think those people will be able to click in, and maybe it's a Friday night, maybe it's a Saturday afternoon, you can test it. These are things Kyle's done, but wouldn't that be helpful for a H&R Block or CPA to go, yeah, they're actually doing a webinar tomorrow at noon. Here's the pamphlet. I mean, they're sending it out for you. And then what I would do is I would probably check with them at least once a week, find out what their favorite little foods are or drinks, And I'd be delivering Starbucks or some stuff, just saying, hey, thank you so much for inviting the webinar people. It's been great. You know, what can I do for you? Oh, you want clients? Let me refer clients to you. Right? So just ideas, things I've seen work, and people that actually do it have done very well. People that think about doing it are still operating this business as a hobby.
Still thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about it.
You're getting ready to get ready.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Someone's going to Super Bowl.
We got some expensive tickets to pay for. They're not going the right direction right now.
Okay, man.
But
We'll wait till last minute.
but leverage this. Leverage these tools. There's a ton of other stuff in here too, so you guys have access to all of it. But just go in there and ask them, how can you help them? Like, don't go in there and be like, I'm a realtor, use me, because like the fucking shitty title reps do when they come into our office and like you show up and there's like stuff all over the office. You don't even know who left it. Like, that's not the way to go. Go in and build a relationship. And go in there and say, hey, you know, I'm a realtor in the area. I'm looking to align with a really good CPA in the area that can help out all of my clients as they go to file their taxes this year. You know, want to see if you'd be interested in being the person I refer them to. You could even say like, hey, I'm going to be sending out, if you guys haven't done this already, this is a really good thing. Go get your alignment with a CPA. Then you guys should all go through your book of business from last year. Everybody that you sold a home to, you should download the HUDs, the closing statements. And then you should send those to your clients and say, hey, just want to make sure, I know it's tax season right now. You guys are going to be meeting with your CPA soon. I want to make sure you have a copy of your HUD or your closing statement so that when you meet with your CPA, you've got that ready. And then you could just subtly plug whatever CPA you just went and built a relationship with. Now you actually send them a little bit of business, jab. It's a little easier to ask for business in return. So just want to throw that out there. That's an opportunity. You guys should do that like right after you call Christina and set up your S-Corp. So you guys have 2 pieces of homework when you're done today. Set up your S-Corp and start pulling your HUDs and go meet some CPAs today. Like, that's a huge, huge, huge opportunity. That's prospecting. If you're going out knocking some doors on CPAs, that's prospecting as far as I'm concerned. And we call that whale hunting, because if you go out and you land that, that's not just going to be a referral. That could be a stream of referrals. And I don't know about you guys, but I love streams of referrals. One relationship to nurture is a beautiful thing.